Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be reacting to the most recent set of announced fights from the UFC. So these fights are going to be for UFC 324 and 325, which are the first cards, the first numbered events of the Paramount era, which is great. No more pay-per-views, you guys. I don't know about y'all. I mean, I know half the people freaking stream these on illegal streams, but I actually have been buying the pay-per-views because I like to actually watch the fights in high quality. I watched one card from an illegal stream, and I did not understand what the hell was going on. It was buffering. It was lagging. I couldn't watch any of the fights. It was terrible. I don't know how y'all do it. Anyways, I actually buy the pay-per-views, so this is going to save me like $80 a month. It's great. I love it. So yeah, these are going to be the fights that are headlining. Well, this is going to be a fight that headlines UFC 324, and we're going to go get into the other fights, the other main card fights that have been announced. So this is the interim lightweight championship between Gaethje and Paddy. Honestly, okay, a lot of people are hating on this fight. A lot of people are. Like, if you look at the comments, like, UFC's turning into a joke. A lot of people are hating on this fight. And honestly, I'm just going to say it. I'm not hating on this fight, you guys. I think it's a great fight. I like this fight. I do think that Charles versus Max would be a better fight for the interim title because I think Charles and Max both deserve it more than Gaethje and Paddy. But we've seen Gaethje. Obviously, we know Paddy's going to win this. Gaethje can't do shit. Gaethje is just a fucking loser. Like, what is he going to do? Go out there, swing his overhand, sit there and guard. He's going to get submitted and like immediately. His grappling defense is terrible. Like, we obviously know that he's going to lose. This is just a way to boost Paddy up because even though he's number 5 in the world, like his best win is Michael Chandler, who's probably like the worst ranked fighter in the UFC besides maybe like Covington or something, and who's not even that bad, you know. But well, that's excluding heavyweights. You have some shitty heavyweights, you know. Listen. Paddy is gonna whoop Gaethje's ass. He's gonna whoop his ass. Boom. That's already in the books. If Gaethje wins, then that'd be insane. But like Gaethje's just a little bitch, you guys. He's been sitting on his ass doing nothing after beating Fiziev, a guy who he already beat like right beforehand. He was like, I need a title shot, I need a title shot, I need a title shot. And then it's like, okay, you get an interim belt, little bro. Which I see some people be like, why are they giving Paddy and Gaethje the title shot? They're not. An interim belt is not a title shot. They're not fighting for a title. Like, this is interim belts aren't real belts. Like, this is literally just the only reason this is an interim title fight is because they want to put it over Nunes and Harrison. Because normally it's like the championship fight has to go ahead of that, but they really don't want to have the first card headlined by Nunes versus Harrison. So they're like, oh shit, how do we fix that? Interim title belt, boom, and they just like make these up. They always just make these up for no reason, which is kind of funny. But anyways, yeah, no, Paddy's gonna win this. Honestly, but it's good because Paddy versus Ilya is gonna be a great fight. It is. Like, it's gonna be hyped. They have beef. They have trash talk. Like, it's gonna be a good fight. Like, Armin versus Ilya, who gives a shit about Armin versus Ilya? No one wants to see Armin do anything. He's just so annoying. Like, I don't know about y'all. Armin is one of my least favorite fighters because he beats Oliveira and then proceeds to just sit on his ass for a year and a half begging for a title shot after he pulled out. And when Dana was like, no, dude, you need to fight again, he didn't fight for a whole year. And then he finally fights. He beats Dan Hooker. I mean, good for you. But, like, you know, you got to do more. And then he just acts like a dick the whole time, just headbutting Dan Hooker in the face, probably about to get another event canceled. It's like, I'm not necessarily against it. Like, I think it's funny when the fighters start beefing with each other, like, start fighting each other backstage and stuff. But it's like, at the weigh-ins, it's like, come on, do that at the press conference or something, not the weigh-ins. Like, lock in. But, yeah, no, I don't want to see Armin fight. I don't want to see Armin fight Ilya. I don't care about Armin. I genuinely, he's so just annoying and, like, spoiled. Same with Gaethje. But I'm just looking forward to seeing Gaethje get his ass whooped. Like, I used to like Gaethje, but then he just is such, like, a little bitch about, like, whining for a title shot after beating Fiziev and getting starched by Max. Like, Max is above both these guys in line for a title shot, and he literally lost to Ilya. You know, so it's like, I think if Max beats Charles, he'd be in a 3-fight win streak at lightweight. He had the Ilya loss after the Gaethje win, but, you know, at lightweight, he'd be in a 3-fight win streak. I think I'd love to see Max. Max is one of my favorite fighters. I'd love to see him fight for the title. But in the meantime, Paddy versus Ilya is a great fight. But it sucks for Armin, though, because you know Ilya. He's inactive as shit. Like, he's probably going to go try to fight Islam. If he fights Paddy and he beats him, he's probably going to go try to fight Islam at 170 or force Islam to go to 155, which he won't. So they're going to both of them sit on their asses trying to figure out what to do about that. And then Armin's not going to get a shot until like 2027. Armin is so cooked. Because they're probably just going to do Patty versus Ilya at the White House. And then Ilya is going to fight once a year in June and then never fight again for the rest of the year just because he's like that. Sucks for Armin, but I genuinely can't be bothered. Like, this is a good fight. I'm excited for this fight. I'm hyped to see Gaethje get the shit beat out of him. Like, it's going to be great. Harrison versus Nunes. Interesting. I don't really care because I wasn't really a big UFC fan during the whole Nunes reign. So I don't really know that much about her. But, you know, I mean, interesting fight. Probably the biggest fight you can make in women's MMA right now. Probably the most interesting women's bantamweight fight. Because, like, what else is there at women's bantamweight? Like, Norma Jamont? That's it. Like, there's nothing really interesting. So this is something that's actually interesting and is actually going to get some intrigue. And Kayla Harrison's actually pretty good. I'd be interested to see if she can beat Nunes. I mean, she probably would be able to because Nunes just hasn't really been doing anything. I feel like she does that thing that all fighters do where they retire on top and then they, like, feel dumb about that decision and then they, like, miss fighting and immediately come back and then we're going to get beat. She's going to go on the Henry Cejudo route. Be at the top of her game, retire, come back, get beat. Like, that's probably what's going to happen. Not much to break down for this fight. Now, this is going to be a banger. O'Malley should have gotten in there way sooner. Like, he had an early submission loss to Merab. Didn't take that much damage. I'm not entirely sure when that was. I think, like, halfway throughout the year. This fight should have been booked for, like, November. But whatever. January's fine. I mean, he's finally back in there, which is good. It's like, good, take this fight. I definitely think they should have done O'Malley versus Umar because those are the people at the top right now. O'Malley versus Umar would be a great fight. O'Malley's probably going to beat Song just because I don't feel like Song's top 5 material. I really don't. Like, he beat Cejudo, and Cejudo was actually looking really good in that fight. And then he got, his eyes jabbed out. He was losing before that happened, though, so it's fine. But, you know, like, he lost to Piotr Jan. Like, he's just, I feel like Sean O'Malley's going to beat him up. Probably maybe not knock him out, but, you know, I feel like he's going to win. Pretty good win for Sean O'Malley just to get him back on track. This fight should have been booked way earlier, though. Like, come on. O'Malley, what were you doing? Just, like, fighting once that year for a title shot you didn't deserve. Like, you should have just took this fight before you fought for the title again. But I don't know. I don't know why he did that. But it's a good fight. I mean, it's going to be a banger. You know this one's going to be a banger. And it's not going to be a fight where Song's going to be wrestling him a bunch like Merab did. But, yeah, great fight. I'm going to pick O'Malley to win that one, probably. Now, this is a fucking banger. I'm kind of upset about this fight because I love both of them. Derek Lewis is one of my favorite fighters of all time. He's funny. He's awesome. I love him. But I'm really starting to like Waldo Cortez Acosta lately because he has a personality. He's funny. Like, he milks that whole eye poke bit. He got poked in the eye. He came back and knocked the guy out immediately. Like, and then turned around 3 weeks later for 48 hours notice and knocked out another guy. And then wanted to get a fight later in this year. Literally on Twitter, he was saying he wishes he can get another fight. He's still open for a fight on December and to take this fight. He's a GOAT. He's genuinely a GOAT. I love Waldo Cortez Acosta, but I really like Derek Lewis. I really do. And I can honestly, unfortunately, even though I love Derek Lewis, I can see Waldo Cortez Acosta beating him. Because off the top of my head, I don't think we've ever seen Waldo knocked out. Derek Lewis is one of those guys who's going to bomb overhands and knock people out. And Derek has insane power, like touch of death level power that he can just knock people the fuck out. But Waldo was eating massive shots off Pavlovich. He was eating massive shots off Delija. And the only reason he got crumpled in that fight was because he got eye poked. He's eating massive shots off. He had some decent shots off Shamil. Like, I don't see Acosta getting knocked out. He has a great chin. He really does. I can see him just kind of pitter-pattering, piecing up Derek Lewis on the feet for 3 rounds, especially since it's a 3-rounder, not going to be a 4-rounder. I see Acosta winning this. I wouldn't mind a Derek Lewis just bombing it overhand and knocking him out immediately, just because I love Derek Lewis and he's one of my favorite fighters of all time. And I'd love to see him just go on a title run at like 50 years old. But I see Acosta just decisioning him on the feet because I don't see him getting knocked out. I really don't see Acosta getting knocked out from this. Because he has actually kind of decent fight IQ, and I just don't see him getting knocked. He has a good chin. You saw that against Pavlovich. Like, I don't see him getting knocked out. But great fight. This is going to be a banger. It's going to be great. Like, I love it. I'm going to love this fight. Because I just love both of these heavyweights. So my two favorite heavyweights, really. Because they're the only heavyweights that aren't boring and lame. I mean, Volkov's kind of cool, but other than that, they're kind of fucking losers. Now, this is also going to be a banger. I'm a big fan of Gene Silva, just because of the Bryce Mitchell win. because that was just such a great fight. Like the way that Gene Silva actually goes out, promotes a fight. He uses something that's out there, like the whole thing with Bryce Mitchell being controversial because of what he said. Gene Silva goes out there, uses that, makes the fight massive, chokes out Bryce Mitchell. Like, he looked like he had plot armor on that fight, dude. It was insane. And honestly, Diego Lopez didn't beat him that bad. Like, okay, the first round, he low-key kind of got dominated, but that was just off of a slip. But, okay, that maybe not a slip, but, like, just an unfortunate exchange. But the second round, he was winning the second round. He was beating up on Diego Lopez that whole second round, dude. He was. Until Diego Lopez got that elbow. And Gene was still trying to fight, even with the cut on his face, and when the ref stopped it, like, I don't know. Like, Gene Silva is really good. I still think he's the best fighting nerd in terms of skill, probably. Maybe not, like, raw skill, but Protez is really good, but that's just because of his power. But Silva has really good heart. I can see Silva pulling this win off. Arnold Allen's good in terms of, like, skill, but I just can see the plot armor of Silva. Silva literally has plot armor in his fight. Like, getting cracked by Diego Lopez seemed like something that was, like, off script. It seemed like something that, like, shouldn't have happened, you know? Because if you rewatch that fight, Gene Silva was, like, looking like he was gonna win. Like, the vibe was shifting, and Gene Silva was looking like he was gonna win, and then he just got flatlined, you know? But, not flatlined, but just busted up. But it's gonna be a great fight at featherweight. I can see Gene Silva pulling this off pretty well. Arnold Allen's good, but, you know, just not good enough. Let's talk about some of the other fights. This is an interesting fight. Now, I still would have rather Sean O'Malley versus Umar Nurmagomedov. I don't feel like Figueiredo is that good right now. Like, he went on a decent run, but he was getting pieced up by Corey Garbrandt. Then he made it decently close against Petr Yan, but he still got, I think, 50-45 in that fight. Just every round was close. And then he did decent against... No, he didn't do decent against Corey Sandhagen. He fought like an idiot in that fight. I think that was the fight where he was rolling for leg locks and shit out of no reason. Most unneeded fight ever. I mean, I just feel like he's... And then his last fight against, who is it? Montel Jackson, I think? He just did nothing. Like, both of them did nothing the whole fight. I was genuinely just skipping through that fight. I was like, 20 seconds, like hoping something would happen. Nothing happened. They were just standing there menacingly at range. And he just outpointed him. Like, come on. Like, I just don't... Figueiredo was looking good, but Umar's gonna win. They should have given Umar I feel they're really only doing this to just shoehorn Umar in for another title shot, because they know Merab's gonna win a title shot, or he's gonna win another fight immediately afterwards. And, like, who else do they have a bantamweight? What are they gonna give him? Ayman Zahabi, Ariel Helwani? Like, that doesn't mean anything. That's a fake fight. They're not gonna give him Sean O'Malley off one win. They wouldn't give him maybe they'd give him Song Yadong if he beats O'Malley. And they'd probably prefer to do that over giving Umar another title shot. But what's probably going to happen is O'Malley's going to beat Yadong, Umar's going to beat Figueiredo, and then Merab's going to be begging for another shot, and Pantoja doesn't want to move up. So they're probably just going to give him a rematch with Nurmagomedov. And I hate rematches. You don't understand. I fucking hate rematches. And I'm going to talk about this later when it comes to the other fights. But I hate rematches. Like, especially if you've already seen the fight. Unless it was, like, a very contested split decision, or a no contest, or a DQ or something. Or it's been, like, 5 years. I hate rematches. And they're probably just going to give Umar a rematch after this. And it's going to be justified because he got 2 ranked wins. 2 top-level wins. And it's like... It would be justified at that point, but it's like, it's going to be lame. It's just going to be the same fight over again. So it will be interesting, but I really don't see Figueiredo being able to hold up. Like, Umar's good, and he had some moments of weakness against Mario Batista, but I think Mario Batista would beat Figueiredo at this point in both their careers, so I feel like this would just be easier than the Mario Batista fight, unfortunately. Now let's talk about this fucking monstrosity. This is a monstrosity. Okay, people were complaining about Gaethje versus Justin. I mean, no. Patty versus Gaethje. Listen, that is nothing compared to this fucking monstrosity. Look at this guy's face. He's mad about it. Look at your dumbass mustache, bro. This pisses me off. You know what I was just talking about, how I hate rematches? He has done nothing to warrant a rematch. Yeah, sure. Lopez goes out there, whatever, beats Gene Silva. Who gives a fuck, bro? There are 3 more contenders that would deserve a title shot over him. And that would be Evloev, Lerone Murphy, and Aljo. I would say Aljo would deserve a title fight over Lopez. I really do, even though he's only beat Brian Ortega. Like, now I get it. There's not really a clean number 1 contender. Like, some people say Movsar, but he's sat on his ass for a year. He hasn't fought in a year. And it's like, I'm a type of person that, like, will be like, keep Shavkat far away from the title. So it's like, if I'm saying Shavkat doesn't deserve a shot, I can't necessarily say Evloev deserves a shot. But then again, there's 700 contenders at welterweight and, like, nobody at featherweight. But then Lerone Murphy deserved. I mean, he beat Aaron Picto. Who gives a shit? He beat Josh Emmett. Who gives a shit? But it's like he's on a win streak and he's fought recently. A lot more recently than Movsar. So I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind them giving Lerone Murphy a shot. That'd be an interesting style matchup. I mean, Evo would be an interesting style matchup for Volkanovski. Even Aljo. I mean, Aljo was the previous champ and then he beat Brian Ortega. So he's also coming off a win. He was sitting his ass begging for a title shot, which I don't want to give it to him either. But all 3 of those guys deserve a shot more than Lopez. For the sole reason that Lopez just lost. You lost to him like last year, bro. Come on, get real. This is such a bullshit title fight. Like, genuine bullshit. Like, it would have been one thing if Volk at least got a win in the meantime, but Volk didn't even get a win. He's gonna rematch this guy for no reason. There's 3 other fights. Volk isn't gonna be fighting forever. It's a miracle that he even won the belt back when he did. He's not gonna be fighting forever. This could be his last fight, or the fight after that would probably be his last fight. I don't think he's gonna retire after this fight. I think maybe if this was like an Evloev fight, he'd retire afterwards, but I don't see him retiring after this fight unless he gets like brutally knocked the fuck out. I mean, I see him winning this fight again. Like, other people they're scared of him getting fluked. Like, I see Volk winning this again exactly how he won the last fight. I feel like this is just going to be Control-C, Control-V, exact repost of the last fight. It's just going to be... It's not worth our time, especially with how inactive Volk is. Like, Volk's been so inactive. Give an interesting fight. Like, don't waste our time. Like, you're holding up the whole division, and you're just wasting our time with bullshit. Because we're going to have to wait, like, another probably 6 months for another title fight after this. If Volk decides to be relatively active, we may wait another year. Who knows? And if Diego Lopez wins, I mean, I could see them trying to... Diego Lopez is relatively active, more than Volk. He could try to get back in there, but it's like... It's just going to be such a waste of our time, because, like, featherweight is a division where every single champion has been a generational talent. Like, Aldo, he's in the top 15 GOATs. I'd say that every other featherweight GOAT is above him, or every other featherweight champion's above him in GOAT status, but he's still a top 15 GOAT, just because of the title wins. McGregor, generational talent, first double champ, you know? Like, simultaneous double champ, which is actually what a real double champ is. Max Holloway, one of the greatest of all time. I'd put him in the top 10 greatest of all time fighters. Probably in the top 7. Volkanovski beat Max 3 times, top 5 greatest of all time. I would put him like number 3 or 4. I'll make a GOAT video at some point. But who else? And then Ilya knocked out Volk, knocked out Max, knocked out Oliveira. Like, they're all generational talents at featherweight. There's only been 5 champions. I just listed them all off. There's only been 5 champions, and they're all generational talents. And then I feel like the UFC wanted Lopez to win because they really want, like, that quote-unquote Mexican champion when he's Brazilian, but, like, who cares? So it's like they really, really want that market, and they really wanted him to win because they were trying to set up for, like, a post-Volk world, and they could be like, okay, Lopez versus Movsar, Lopez versus Murphy. But then Volk won. They were like, well, shit, just feed him Lopez. Give him round 2, try again. Like, you lost this time, but give him another shot. Just for bullshit, because they want Lopez to win. It's never been clear that they wanted Lopez to win. Volk should not have accepted this bullshit, by the way. No, Volk, be better than that. Don't accept this bullshit, because it does nothing for Volk's legacy. Even if he wins, he's still going to sit out for probably 6 months afterwards. And then and then he's going to be older, way older. I mean, he's already old for the lighter weight classes. So it's just going to be it's wasting our time. It's wasting Volk's time. It's wasting us as the fans' time, and it's wasting the entire division's time. Absolute monstrosity of a fight. Genuine monstrosity. This is just actual bullshit, bro. Like, there's never been more of a bullshit matchup. because it wastes everyone's time. I hate rematches. It's going to be exactly the fucking same. It's like the Strickland versus DDP matchup. Exactly the same, except for DDP just beat him a little bit more convincingly. You know, it's like there's rematches that don't. Same with Marab and Sean O'Malley. It's like rematch. Oh, the other guy wins just more convincingly. It's like there's no point in doing these rematches for no fucking reason, especially when Volk hasn't even gotten another fight in the meantime. There's 3 other fights you could do before you do Lopez again. And the fact that this is one of Volk's last fights, he's probably going to beat Lopez. I'm going to pick Volk to win this. I think he'd probably be an underdog still. I'm going to pick Volk to win this. He's probably going to beat Lopez in the exact same way. And then we're just going to be waiting around for the next fight. And it's just such a waste of time. Like, there's no hype for this. There's no intrigue. It's going to be the exact same fight. And it's just, like, wasting time. Like, I want to see Volk beat Lopez and then make a 2-month turnaround, fight Evloev where you don't have a danger of getting knocked out, and then retire. But it's going to be bullshit. And then this fight, Grasso versus Namajunas. I mean, yeah, Namajunas, I mean, she looked decent in her last fights, I will say. Grasso didn't look like shit. She's just a 1-2 merchant, really. She looked like shit against, I think Natalia Silva was the one who just beat her, and that was a while ago. She didn't look good in that fight. She really didn't. Like, she just kind of just sat there and just dealt with getting punched in the face. And then Rose Namajunas, I mean, she's looked decent in her last fights. I don't know if I could see her beating Grasso. I'll probably pick her to beat Grasso. Just because of the grappling advantage as well. And Grasso got smudged. So I could see Namajunas beating her. But then what? I think this is a strawweight, right? This is in Spanish, so I can't actually see what the division is. I actually can't see. I'm assuming this is straw. No, she moved up. This is flyweight. I'm dumb. This is flyweight. I forgot Rose is in a different division. I'm used to her being this strawweight person. Yeah, this is flyweight. So then what? They're just going to do her versus Valentina? I mean, actually, Rose versus Valentina would be an interesting fight. I'd actually really want to see that fight. But they should do Natalia Silva versus Valentina, and they should announce that soon because she took no damage in her last fight. And Valentina's probably getting older. Just, go ahead and just run as many fights with her as you can. But Valentina, she's been smudging in her last fights. Interesting. I'd probably pick Rose to win, and I would like to see her against Valentina, but it probably would just be like the Zhang Weili fight where she gets smudged. Interesting fights. I mean, they're not all bad. Really, I'm excited to see this fight just because I want to see Gaethje get the shit beat out of him after, throwing a temper tantrum on Twitter. This is interesting. I like Kayla Harrison. Don't really know that much about Nunes. This is going to be a banger. This is going to be a fucking banger. I'm really hyped for this fight because I love both of them. So either way, I'd be happy with either way of who wins this. If Derek wins, just Derek Lewis bombing another prospect out, and now he's in the top 5, and then do Derek Lewis versus, who is he not fought in the top 5? Maybe do him versus Curtis Blades again. That's kind of a pointless rematch. I just don't know anyone else in the top 5 who would be relevant for him to fight. Not Pavlovich, because Pavlovich beat him. Volkov. Maybe it would be good to do him against Pavlovich, actually, because he beat Volkov, he's beaten Blades. Oh, Lewis versus Cyril Gahn. Okay, let's think of a world at heavyweight. Lewis beats Acosta. Tom beats Cyril Gahn. Lewis versus Cyril Gahn would be a good fight. I don't think they fought before, because I think Cyril Gahn beat Tuivasa after Tuivasa beat Lewis. But I would love to see Gahn versus versus Lewis. That'd be an interesting fight. And then if Acosta wins, I don't know if you can give him a title shot off Derek Lewis, but give him the loser of Tom versus Cyril Gahn for sure, or give him Curtis Blades. I'd love to see that matchup. And with Curtis Blades, the way his last fight looked, Acosta's beating his ass. This is gonna be a banger. I love Gene Silva. He's one of my favorites. He's gonna go out there and just starch Allen. He's gonna go out there and just beat him the fuck up. It's gonna be great. This is going to be interesting. Probably not super entertaining. I just see Umar getting an easy win. Probably a finish. This is a fucking monstrosity. UFC is a disgrace for doing this bullshit. But, yeah. Interesting fights.